All right, so we are back here. We are on page 148. We're going through these word problems on the back. Question 11 is asking us to write this number right here using number names, which we know is another word for word form. And they want us to write it in expanded form. So the first thing I would do is just practice reading this number a couple times. Just as a review, we break these large numbers like this into periods, and they're broken apart by a comma. And then the comma really represents the word thousand. So this one, if we pretend this is gone, that's pretty easy to read. That's 652. We can read this one, 79. Knowing the comma says the word thousand, now we're able to read this very large number, 652,079. So again, just reading that a couple times, 652,079. 652,079. Now we have to write this in expanded form. 6 times, and it's in the hundred thousands place, plus, and I'm doing it the challenging way, 5, and it is in the 10,000th place, plus 2, and it is in the thousands place, plus, I'm not going to represent the hundreds because that's a 0, 7, which is in the tens place, plus 9, which is in the ones place. Let's look at question number 12. So they want to know which estimate's going to make sense. So here's Sarah, and she estimated that they're multiplying 23 times 43. And she's saying that you can use 20 times 40. And then Sam, so we have Sarah, Sam. Sam solves the same problem, 23 times 43, but he says he's going to estimate using 25 times 40. The question wants to know who is going to be closer to the exact answer and explain. So I know that 23 multiplied by 43 can round easily down to 20 and 40. However, let's look at this example. 25 times 40. That's what Sam said. So Sam is actually going to be closer to the exact answer. And why is that? Because if you round down on both of these amounts, 23 and 43, like Sarah did, you're going to get a much lower product. However, if you round up on one, kind of like Sam did, and then down on another, that's going to be more balanced. So Sam, because the factors he rounded to are closer to 23, I'm going to put and 43. So he's going to get an answer that's slightly closer to the real product. Number 13. This one's kind of tricky. Each family of Florida scrub jays inhabits 25 acres of land. No other scrub jay families live within this area. How many acres of land are needed for 24 families of Florida scrub jays? So each family, so that's a key word that I forgot. Each family requires this, and we have 24 families. So that sounds like a multiplication problem to me. 25 acres of land needed for one, but we have 24. That's how I know I'm multiplying. The question is, show how you can use the distributive property to solve this problem. So this gets kind of involved here. We know, and if you just multiply, that's fine. That's perfectly acceptable. We haven't really gone into the distributive property too much. You guys talked about that in 3rd grade. But let's look at how we can use that to help us solve. So really what it's saying is, can you break this apart into 20 plus 5? So breaking apart this one, which is really what we do in the area model, right? Times, and then what would you break this number into? 20 plus 4. So it really just kind of looks like a lot more work, but it's really the same thing you're doing if you do the area model. So then what you're going to do, you've got to first multiply these two numbers. So 20 times 20 plus, and then you have to multiply this number by this number, 20 times 4 plus, then let's focus on this factor. 5 times, you've got to do it to the first one, 20 plus, and then do the second one, 5 times 4. It just really looks like a lot of writing in my opinion. So, those are your 4 sections of your area model right there. So 20 times 20, we know is 400. 20 times 4 is 80. 5 times 20 is 100, and 5 times 4 is 20. So now those are your partial products that you would have there in your 4 windows, or your 4 sections of a window, pretty much, in this part. You're just writing them out here. So now we can add. Well, I know that 400 plus 100 would give me 500, and I know that 80 and 20 would give me another 100. So 500 plus 100 is equal to 600. You just solved. Number 14. Marla wants to buy a new tablet that costs $565, including tax. That's the cost. It's an expensive tablet. She saved $15 per week for 30 weeks. Does Marla have enough money saved to buy the tablet? Explain. So if she saved per week for 30 weeks, then that means we are going to multiply 15 times 30. So what we can do is multiply 15 times 3. And really, I tend to be a little bit lazy sometimes. So I'm going to think 15 plus 15 plus 15. There's my 3 groups of 15. I know that this is 30, and if I add on 15 more, I have 45. So if I'm going to multiply then 15 times 30, I just need to make sure that I've included this 0. So Marla has $450. Well, the cost is $565. She does not have enough. Poor Marla. Keep on working, Marla. 565 minus what she has, 450. 511. She still needs $115. All right, let's look at the last question. Which costs less? 13 oranges that cost, 29 cents each, or 17 apples that cost 25 cents each. How much less? So it looks like we have to do 2 multiplication problems here. 13 times 29 and 17 times 25. Set up my area model. 13 times 29. 10 times 20. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 zeros. 3 times 20, 20, 40, 60. 10 times 9 is 90. 3 times 9, 27. I'm going to add those together. So this would be 260 and 90 and 27. That'd be 7, 9, 10, 11. Now I can add 260 plus 117, 7, 7, 3. So that's 377 for this one. Now let's look at this one. I'm going to have to squeeze it in here. I'm going to write kind of small. Sorry, guys. 10, 7, 25. 1 times 2 is 2. Bring the zeros. 7 times 20. 7 times 2 is 14. And a 0. 10 times 5 is 50. 7 times 5, 35. So I'm squeezing it in here. So now I need to add those partial products. This is 140. So that would be 340 plus 85. 300, I said 340 and 85. I wish they'd give us more room. So 5 plus 0 is 5, 8 plus 4 is 12, carry the 1, 3, 4, that's 425. So 17 times 25 is 425, 13 times 29 is 377, which costs more? The 17 apples at 25 cents each. Good job today. If you have any questions, send me a message, let me know.